Let's get going. We're going to start with our Scottish Patriot because that is the name of the stream today is a Scottish Patriot edition. You probably have heard this already, but Scottish Patriot, and of course they were really quick to label his race and everything right out the gate, and even two-tier Keir had his phone ready in his hands to, disavow this terrible fucking terrorist fucking action or this activity. But yet he took 9 months, I think, or maybe, it was a long time, 9 months, 7 months, whatever, it doesn't matter, to talk about the Henry Nowak murder. And the only reason he did was because he was forced to, right? Because it got out and everybody started talking about it. He doesn't give a fuck, right? But the minute a white man decides to do something and do like what I said in the tweet that got fucking me dinged, he's doing what two-tier Keir failed to do, and that is trying to protect the people, the native people of the UK, and in this case Scotland. Some kind of Braveheart style shit.
Would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
And of course, he's going to be dealt with the full force of the law, as two-tier Keir has already stated. But it's worth it because, like I said, every time somebody does this, and I know they talk about, we don't want copycats and all this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff we need to copy. Not the Looney Tunes transgender fucking mass shootings. No, this is the stuff we need to copy because we need to make our governments afraid again. At one point in time, governments they were initially created, right, to serve the people. And this is especially, if you look into the U.S. history, their whole constitution was, based on this. And that's how all governments were basically run, is to manage the things that, we pay taxes for, right? To not to step on our rights, but to kind of, manage the day-to-day shit. They're not supposed to be interfering with anything. But obviously all of our governments have failed to do that, as we see. The UK more so than anybody because, like I said, they've been taken over by Muslims. So I think, again, the UN's going to have to step in and do something. But they probably won't because they support this whole multicultural global homo fucking thing. But anyways, this 36-year-old white Scotsman, because there is no other kind of Scotsman, went on they say a rampage. But my understanding is he attacked 5 people. They said stabbed. The truth is that it was an axe, which is even more based than the knife, I think. And the people were injured, but not, seriously, from my understanding, which is unfortunate because, like I said, if you're trying to send a message, you got to kind of make people remember that message. And, unfortunately, they probably won't remember this. But even if it makes 1 or 2 of these fucking invaders decide to self-deport, it's worth it. So the Scotsman, and you're going to hear it in the video, in one of the videos that I show, he said, "I'm protecting the country from these fucking Muslim bastards raping our young daughters." 5 people were injured. The police said none of the injuries seemed to be life-threatening. They were all men, Muslim men. 2 of them were age 22. The others were 24, 27, and 39. The perfect raping age. Okay? So he knew what he was targeting, and that's great. He didn't do nothing. That's right, Lee. He didn't do fucking nothing. Okay, nothing. He had, like we said, he's not fit to stand trial, like all the migrants, that the excuse they give them. He's not fit to stand trial. He was mentally distressed based on, all the bullshit that he's having to put up with, and watching the women in his country, the daughters and wives and mothers and sisters and all that stuff, be raped with no consequence. So he was suffering from a mental break. Okay, so he didn't do nothing. And hail the Scottish Patriot, the new Braveheart. So the BBC, of course, underlined the race. A 36-year-old white man has been arrested, and counter-terrorism officers have joined local police Scotland colleagues in an ongoing investigation. So let's catch the video. I love the music they put towards it. Can we make it bigger? Yeah, we can. The music they put towards it just fits in perfectly. Hey, Unit for Love. The shirtless thing is great too. True patriot. I love how people are walking by in the foreground on their phones. Like, it's no big deal.
Protecting the country from these fucking little bastards, raping our young daughters, raping our kids. Enough is enough. I have had enough.
So I guess I don't know if they eat it or they eat it. Oh, this is him leaving the gas station. The petrol.
Dude kind of lost his shit, took his top off, ran down the street after people with a machete screaming, "I'm sick of you fucking Muslims." On the plus side, I don't think anyone was actually hurt.
That's not the plus side, I'm afraid to tell you, my friend. That is not the plus side. Because, again, 250K minimum girls were, raped, and it was probably a lot more than that. Do you think that they were injured? They're going to have a lifetime of fucking injury. So, a couple people getting a couple scratches from an axe that was probably dull in the first place. I don't really think it's a big deal. It's not even a good trade-off, if you ask me.
Is currently contained.
Yep, exactly, Lee. So look how many people it takes to arrest them. This is the people that were injured. They don't look too bad. Just another day. But you know what? Further to what Lee just said, that is true. And the thing is I almost think that, and I'm probably right, that they do this on purpose, right? They allow anarcho tyranny to go on because they know that the white man eventually is going to lose his shit, right? Like, this guy. And again, this isn't even losing your shit. Like, it could have been a lot fucking worse, right? But this is what they do. And then they can use that as an excuse to bring in tougher, more authoritarian kind of laws, right? So they push you too far, then you react, which, only any normal person that hasn't been fucking brainwashed is going to do. And then they, put the boots down on your neck, right? That's just how it works these days. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like I said, I think we need more of this stuff. But again, it's also used as a cudgel to kind of fucking suppress us and, create more authoritarian regime on us. But something's got to be done. Like I said, I've always said that we need to make it uncomfortable and unwelcoming for people to be in our countries. This was always like the case, like even back in, when immigration, they first started allowing these people from third world shitholes to come here. The people made them feel unwelcome. Right. And it was not until we created all these fucking, basically until all these liberal fucking ideologues, Marxist ideologues got into power, that we've basically made it illegal to have a dislike for anybody. But prior to that, like, people were like, even when I was a kid, I remember like people that were, there wasn't many, but anybody that was either, was a different color or spoke a different language, even if they were like Italian or something and they couldn't speak English, they were fucking crucified by the kids in school, by, the public. Like, yeah, there would be some people that were nice to them, but for the most part, they were kind of treated like shit. And we need to bring that energy back, because then that means that's the true, if you truly are leaving your war-torn shithole country because it's that dangerous for you, then a little bit of, people, a little bit of disdain from the public in another country shouldn't really deter you. But that just goes to show you, if it does deter them, it's because they're only here for the economic reasons, which we all know, right? That's the reason in 99.9% of the cases. And also in the UK's case, like the advertisement I showed, I think on the last time I streamed, they're inviting them there by showing little 12-year-old girls in kilts in school uniforms, basically, inviting them to come to Wales. And it's an open invitation. You can rape people, whatever you want, and you're not going to get in any trouble for it. So that, why wouldn't they want to go there to the UK?